listen, Patrick Ricard, he's not solely responsible, but resurgence of fullback importance, he's a big key piece of it. He's a very versatile part of that offense. Why are you glaring at me about that?
I love Ricard.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's talk about
it.
Why are you glaring at her?
I'm locked in.
I'm like, come on, Patrick Ricard, we love him. All right, let's get Marcus Spears involved a little bit on this Aaron Rodgers discussion. A lot of us have talked about it a ton. Swagoo, what do you think makes sense for him? Steelers, Giants, where do you see this shaking out?
Steelers, I talked about it earlier in the season, just thinking about potentially him and Mike Tomlin, and obviously walking into a locker room. The reality is when Aaron Rodgers walks into the locker room, it's not going to be about football. I still think he can play football at a high enough level for the Steelers to be better. Obviously signing DK Metcalf and having what they have there already offensively as far as the wide receiver group goes. But more importantly, what would a relationship be with Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator? What will it be with Mike Tomlin? It's Mike Tomlin's show in Pittsburgh. That is why I think this would be the better fit. There's a lot that comes with Aaron Rodgers. It almost reminds me of when guys go to different teams in the NBA. Depending on who they are, changes are going to be made based on who that player is. If you look at all of the marquee names, and Aaron Rodgers' name and his cachet still carries that weight, that he's going to have to walk in the locker room that's not fragile, that's not full of young guys, but more importantly, they know that the head coach runs the deal wherever he ends up. And I think Pittsburgh would be a better fit more than just football from the way things are going to be handled practice on a daily basis.
Not even close. It's Pittsburgh over the New York Giants. This is an easy decision. If he is making a decision, it should be the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's not a single thing that you could sit there and say advantage Giants when it comes to the whole situation. I'm willing to bet that Rodgers is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. I feel it's gotten to that point where I'm like, all right, this is going to happen. The next thing that my mind goes to is, how is the offense going to work? Aaron has run a certain style of offense for a really long time. And Arthur Smith is a very good offensive mind. How does that relationship work together? Who wins out? What's the collaboration like? Because, Louis, you know him. Arthur Smith's a strong personality as well, a very confident personality. And I think that is probably the most interesting thing if and when this happens, is how do those two guys come to a we see it the same way agreement?
Yep. Yep. Look, Arthur is that dude, but I'll tell you, look, I think in the end, obviously, they just want to win. They want to level up at this position. I keep using that phrase because to run it back with Russ, it's just not good enough. They need to level up. Aaron needs them just like they need him. He just needs to go play football. Don't worry about being the GM. Don't worry about trying to put in your own offense. Just go play football, work with Arthur, work with Mike. You're naturally going to respect them. Look at the weapons that they have. Help tutor these wide receivers. Get them on the same page. You've got some weapons to throw to. You have a hell of a tight end in Pat Freiermuth. Yeah. Work with the offensive line about, where you like to be protected, how these guys can all communicate together. Have that positive impact on the team the way you want people to remember you as far as the end of your career. And then just go on and look at in Pittsburgh. You win in Pittsburgh. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. They're all about football. That's all they care about out there. And you can best believe the fan base out there is watching right now because there's a lot of fans that I see on my social media feeds that are sitting there going, we don't want that. We don't want that influence here. Just do it the right way. It'll pay off for you.
So, Swag, we'll get back to you, but I just want to clarify for people. Aaron Rodgers is the one making this decision, right, Adam?
And my understanding
has to come from him. He's
I was told,
whether it's the Giants or the Steelers.
Yeah, I think he's the first choice in both places. And I was told this morning it could take, quote unquote, some time, whatever some time is, whether that's a day, 3 days, or a week. But it doesn't seem like Aaron Rodgers is in any kind of rush. Now, for all we know, we get a decision in an hour.
Right.
But I was told he's not in any rush to make a decision, wants to take some time, process it, think about it, do whatever he's going to do, go on a retreat, go into the darkness, come out and be at peace with whatever he decides he wants to do. I think Pittsburgh is the logical landing spot, but it's Aaron Rodgers. Who knows how he's going to think and process it.
And then for the Giants, they're sitting there. Russell Wilson, is that the best option for them? They may go to the draft as well, but what do you hear?
They really don't have a solution right now. Tommy DeVito is the only quarterback under contract, so they're going to have to do something at the quarterback position. Look, this is still playing out, but they're waiting on Aaron Rodgers, who gets the call next. Right now.